Oh boy, howdy, ladies and gents. Disney. Walt Disney Pictures. A bunch of VFX workers are unionizing at Walt Disney Pictures. This is separate to the Marvel VFX workers that are unionizing against Marvel as well. So this is Marvel unionization and now Walt Disney Pictures unionization. Quite crazy, actually. It's only a matter of time. I think I said during those original videos where I kind of discussed it that if this happens, or even just this breaking news, it will have this knock-on effect, ramifications across the industry. And then lo and behold, it is happening now. So let's dive into it. Hit subscribe if you're new here. But yeah, VFX workers at Walt Disney Pictures seek unionization with IATSE. So again, it's completely different to the 50 VFX workers at Marvel. This is completely separate. Obviously, they're different VFX workers, but I think this will just be across the board. Everyone will do it now. We'll try to anyway. Which makes sense. Everyone's striking. Everyone wants a better deal. Makes sense. Visual effects workers at the Walt Disney Pictures are seeking to unionize with IATSE, which says that a super majority of the 18 in-house VFX crew members employed there have signed cards with the National Labour Relations Board seeking to be represented by the union. So Walt Disney Pictures is a subsidiary of Walt Disney Studios. IATSE, which called it a historic move, yeah, it is. They said this about the first one as well, noted that this is the second time this month that VFX workers at a major company have voted to unionize. On August 7th, more than 50 VFX workers at Marvel Studios filed for a similar unionization election. But here we have a statement. The determination of these VFX workers is not just commendable, it's groundbreaking. And this is Matt Loeb, the president of IATSE. Their collective action against the status quo represents a seismic shift in this critical moment in our industry. The chorus of voices demanding change is unprecedented and demonstrates our united movement is not about any one company, but about setting a precedent of dignity, respect, and fairness for all. Can't really argue with it, to be fair. I mean, VFX workers are really, they're basically the movie industry's bitch. And I say that with sincerity, because they really are. Like, they're overworked, underpaid for what they do, what they have to do. The studios and the VFX houses, they basically have a monopoly on it. And these are in-house VFX workers as well. So can you imagine the stuff they'd have to do working under Disney? Jesus. It's really, it's poor. I can fully see why they're looking to unionize against them. So while most below-the-line film and TV industry jobs have historically been represented by IATSE, VFX have not. Which always strikes me as really odd that that's never been a representation. It is odd, and I think that is a sort of a fallback from VFX moving into the industry quite quickly and no one having a handle on it as quickly as they should have, which adds some sort of weight behind what everyone's trying to strike for now. I'm not saying their strikes are warranted, but it does add some weight behind their argument, which is AI. We need to get it under control. Not that Skynet's loose or anything, but under control in terms of in contracts and stuff. It makes sense that that's what they're looking to do, because otherwise you've got another VFX issue where something's is not under unionization for however long. It's out there in the contracts, and people just get walked all over. So yeah, it's fascinating stuff. But anyway, we have this statement. Today, courageous VFX workers at Walt Disney Pictures overcame the fear and silence that have kept our community from having a voice on the job for decades, said IATSE VFX organizer Mark Patch, with an overwhelming supermajority of these crews demanding an end to the way VFX has always been. This is a clear sign that our campaign is not about one studio or corporation. It is funny that they're saying it's not about one studio or corporation when it's quite literally just all Disney at the moment, but alright. It's about VFX workers across the industry using the tools at our disposal to uplift ourselves and forge a better path forward. So according to IATSE, the unionizing workers are demanding fair compensation for all hours worked. I mean, they are literally... The crunch time on VFX is insane. Like, they work overtime, non-stop. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. Adequate health care, retirement benefits, and more generally, the same rights and protections afforded to their unionized co-workers who are already represented by IATSE. It's a bit difficult to say you shouldn't do that. A bit difficult to go against them, to be fair. I mean, you know, again, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say, look, the writers deserve, you know, to be in a union and a strike. I mean, the WGA is a absolute crock of shit, quite frankly, and the fact that they're kind of stonewalling everyone, even though there has been offers which meet all their requirements, is not great. I hope that this doesn't spiral into that, because it's one of those interesting times is that the audiences would overwhelmingly be on the VFX workers' side. Generally speaking, look, VFX is shocking nowadays, but it's not because the VFX workers are bad, it's because they are put in situations where they just can't do their job properly. And most people accept that, and most people agree with it. Not agree with them being put in that situation, but they agree that that's the case, and they don't want people to be in those situations. So I hope that this doesn't become one of those situations where the VFX workers unionise and then just go on strike and it just becomes a WGA situation. I hope that's not the case, because you'll lose all public favour. Everyone will hate you, just like they hate the writers. No, barely anyone likes the writers. Barely anyone likes the actors. Why? Why would you? You produce crap. And you think you're above everyone. And whilst you were telling everyone to get, I don't know, shove some crap over your face and talking down to people and telling everyone they're killing their granny during the pandemic, you were off working thinking you're better than everyone. You were getting money, in fact. Now you're striking. Now you're asking for money. People have had enough. Like, people don't care about these people. People. My English is terrible today. So there you have it. More VFX workers going against people. It's interesting. It is very, very interesting. Let me know what you think down below. I'd love to hear it. Are you on their side or not? Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.